Welcome back to Eliances Heroes, where heroes in business align. To be part of our super community and find out more about Eliances, visit www.eliances.com. Now, back to our super host, David Cogan, founder of Eliances.
What an amazing morning. Thank you again, too, for all the feedback from the interview that I did with Richard Branson. We started off the show with Mr. Hawaii, James Kawayanui. You can reach him at jameskawayanui.com. And, of course, we'll have all these links on our website at Eliances.com. I mean, we just had the youngest entrepreneur ever on the show, 7 years old, Neva Lee Rekla, with Superpower Kids. Can be reached at nevaleerekla.com. And later on in the show, we're going to be interviewing the CEO of a billion-dollar company. Wait till you hear the name of the company and what he's doing with the company. Just incredible stuff. But without further ado, let's talk about our next hero. He was the CTO and co-founder of a company you may have heard of, Kayak.com, Paul English, which the company actually ended up being acquired by Priceline for over $2 billion. Now, I got to ask you, Paul, first of all, how do you come up with such a brilliant idea, coming up with Kayak.com and being able to build it into such a huge company?
Yeah, thanks. Great to be with you. The basic idea for Kayak was pretty simple. At the time we created the company back in 2004, there really was no one place to go on the internet to get fares from dozens and hundreds of providers. People learned that if you went just to a site like Expedia, you only saw the airlines or hotels where they had a direct deal. You were missing Southwest, you were missing a lot of hotels. And so with Kayak, the basic idea is rather than be a travel agency where we sell products directly, we built just a pure search engine, so similar to Google. And we searched all the other sites on the internet just to save you time so you didn't have to go to all those sites yourself. So the idea was pretty simple. Execution, not so simple. We put in a lot of work into the company over the 10 years that I was there, and it turned out pretty well for people.
It sure did. I mean, I use it all the time. I mean, it just phenomenal. And having the brilliant idea, though, of being able to be the search engine for all of these places is just remarkable. How did it feel then, suddenly, when Priceline comes knocking on your door and says, here's the suitcase of cash, we're done? I mean,
yeah, we were lucky. We got a lot of attention. Over the really 10 years period, a lot of companies came knocking, exploring whether or not we wanted to join forces with them. We dragged it out for as long as we possibly could. We took the company public in 2012, ended up selling it shortly thereafter to Priceline, and Priceline really was a great owner. Most people in the U.S. know Priceline Group due to their site, Priceline.com, but in fact, Priceline Group, the parent company, owns several travel companies, the most important of which is a Dutch company called Booking.com. And Booking.com is on its own probably the largest travel company in the world, incredibly profitable outside the U.S. And so for us, when we sold Kayak to Priceline, part of the appeal was joining that Booking.com group and trying to do something globally.
Excellent. And listeners also, too, if you want to know the story about Priceline, we interviewed the co-founder of Priceline, flew into our studio for the interview. Go ahead to our website, Eliances.com. All right, so Paul, you sell the company. What do you do next? What are you involved with?
Well, I did. So Kayak actually was my fifth company. And after coming off of a hit like that, I did what a lot of entrepreneurs do, which is start a incubator. And for me, it was a company called Blade, and I spent about a year and a half investing in other startups in Boston. And really, for me, it was a little bit like the palate cleanser, where I tried to figure out what I wanted to work on next. Interestingly, I remember telling friends and family, I'm definitely done with travel. That was a long 10 years of my life, and I want to do something totally new. Fast forward to today, one of the 7 companies that my incubator invested in, a company we created, with our own team, is what became Lola. And here I am a year and a half later back on the travel industry.
Is that just incredible? And you could go to lolatravel.com to reach Paul. And, of course, we'll have the information on our website at Eliances.com, Eliances.com. And we're interviewing Paul English, the CTO and co-founder of Kayak.com. Go to lolatravel.com. So, Paul, what is something, though, that you've done that, well, you talked about starting 5 companies, just truly incredible track record, but what's something maybe unique that people would not believe you have or are doing?
I don't know. One thing that surprises people is that I'm an Uber driver, or actually now I'm becoming a Lyft driver. But that's something fun I do every now and then just to connect with people outside my normal circle. But aside from that, I'm pretty heads down on Lola. I guess my biggest side project is I help run a school system in rural Haiti where we have 10,000 students spread across 40 schools. And I do spend a lot of time on that project, which has been really rewarding.
That is truly amazing. I love the Uber aspect, Lyft aspect. That is just absolutely remarkable. In fact, when I take those as what I learn from the drivers is just truly incredible. You're listening to Eliances Heroes. Be a hero with me, David Cogan. Go to where entrepreneurs align. Be part of the community. Eliances.com. ELIANCES.com. Come to one of our many experiences. Go to a website, Eliances.com. Heck, you may even have the opportunity perhaps to see Paul English, the CTO, co-founder of Kayak.com, now with LolaTravel.com, maybe at one of our many, many experiences, roundtables, grand tables, and so much more. What do you wish, though, you had known prior to starting Kayak.com that you know now? What advice, self-advice would you have given, especially since you had been in it for so long, learned so much to help others?
Yeah, it's something that I knew a little bit about when I started Kayak, but really intensified me over the 10 years I was there, which is that for any entrepreneur, I think 90% of what you do is recruit and lead the right team. And other things are important too, like your product strategy and your finance and your sales and marketing. But really, the biggest advice I would like to have given to myself 10 years ago, or that I would give to other entrepreneurs, is spend the vast majority of your energy on recruiting and coaching and just trying to perfect your team. Because I do believe that a team that's extremely motivated, that loves working together, they're very talented, the right team will produce the right product. So to me, it's don't spend as much time working on, every aspect of your business, the 20 different things a CEO has to do every day. Spend most of your time trying to figure out, how do I make this team even more productive and even happier and even more motivated?
Tell me about Lola Travel, what our listeners are going to experience when they go to your website, because I'm sure many have used Kayak.com that you were the co-founder of, but now when they go to Lola Travel, let's talk a little bit more in detail about that.
Yeah, the big idea for Lola is it's an app, and you can download it onto your iPhone and soon for Android as well. And it puts you in touch with real, live, human travel agents. And they can do all the research and planning and booking for you. So the basic idea is it's a messaging app. So it's like as if you're sending a text message to an agent, and you can ask them to, do whether it's a business trip or leisure trip, they'll do all the work for you.
That's great. I love it. And in fact, I'm going to go to it after our interview. Now, you've launched and you've helped grow, again, some amazing companies besides Kayak.com. In fact, you were the founder of GetHuman.com. What do you think, though, maybe advice you might give to young entrepreneurs or really maybe parents to help guide their children on their path to be successful like you have done? And most of all, to be still connected, having part-time being an Uber driver with all the success that you've had?
I think, again, like I was saying a moment ago, the biggest thing is really the team you're working with. The second thing I would say is I think it's easy to invent solutions. I think what's important is that you're working on the right problem. So I'm much more, when I look at other entrepreneurs that I back as an angel investor, I want to make sure that they really have radar lock on what's the problem that customers are struggling with, and do a lot of people have that problem? How big a problem is it? And if you really have radar lock on a problem that a lot of people have, you just keep iterating and iterating and iterating till you find the right solution to that problem. But a lot of tech startups fail not due to bad technology. They fail because they end up working on a problem that no one actually cares about. So the first thing I look for when I meet an entrepreneur is how they talk about their team, their commitment to the team. The second thing I look for is how passionate they are about the problem which they need to solve.
Excellent. Well, Paul, you continue to feed people's minds and look for ways to make life better for everyone. You certainly built an incredible team. You have a passion for what you do. You're a philanthropist. That's a hero. Go to lolatravel.com where you could reach Paul English and see the incredible things he is doing now. And thank you so much. When we return, we're going to have the president and CEO of a billion-dollar company, David Cogan with Eliances.